this story time because it's a Christmas special. So this is a true story. I'm in year 7, yeah? Well, I'm in year 8 now. So I'm walking home from school. I'm like, oh, should I go to shop? I go to shop. So I see this guy. He's looking at me weird. So I'm like, should I go up to him and ask him why is he looking at me? So I went up to him. So, oh, let me just turn that down. One sec, guys. I'll start the story again if you can hear. So basically, I'm off home from school. I'm off to shop, and I see this guy looking at me funny. So I'm like, huh? So I go up to him. I'm asking why. So I go up to him, and he's like, hi. And I'm like, hello, do you know me? And he's like, yeah. So I was like, what's my name? And he knew my name, but I'm not saying it just in case, so you don't know my name. So my name's Bailey. So he was like, hello, Bailey. I heard your mother's being good. And I was like, oh, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, she's been alright. This was in year 7, so yeah, basically, I'm with this guy. And he's like, gonna come to my house. I said, because he was like, I have a PlayStation. Your mum, I'll text your mum for you. And I was like, all right. Yeah, and he was like, do you have any like son or something? And he was like, yeah. So I believed him at first. I get to his house and I'm like, what? I'm just like, what? What? Where am I? And I'm just like, who are you? So I'm in the house. He tries putting something over my head. And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, oh, it's a hat. He just misses it. So I go out the house and he's screaming in the sheets like, get back here, you son. Like, get back here, son. So I'm like, fuck off, you wanker. And he's just like, hey, don't speak to me like that, son, or I'll smack your bum. And I was like, fuck off. So basically, I'm having an argument with this guy I don't know. So I'm just like, so what's your real name? And it turns out it's like one of my favourite guys. I can remember him. He used to be my dad. Well, he is my dad, I think. I didn't really know who his was. So I'm walking home, yeah. So this is it, that's it. So basically I'm playing Pokemon Go. Because I was in town. My mum was just like, in a shop. I want that far away from you, her. I go down the street. So there's this Pokemon, like Pokestop I want to go by. So I find the Pokestop. And it's down this dark alley. And my mum's just like, do you want to go down that alley? And I was like, yeah. So I turned my flashlight on. And there was this drunk guy in the alley. He was like, can you bring me some food? And I was like, fuck off you. So, yeah. And he was like, who are you? And I was like, I'm a little boy. So I'm not doing that to you. Yeah. And he's just like, come here a sec. I go over to him. Because I had my flashlight on. So if he started on me, I'd hit him. Well, not hit him, blind him. Yeah, so I'm going over to this guy who's hungry. And he tries to bite me. And I'm like, what you doing, you wanker? Yeah, so I'm with this guy who's probably a cannibal. So he tries biting me, so I hit him in the jaw. Because I was like, why are you biting, you prick? So he starts on me, and I'm like, you wanker. Why are you trying to bite me, you bitch? And I just keep swearing at him. I shout my mum, she's nowhere to be. She can't hear me because I'm in the alley. I just shout my mum, and she's like, yeah. And she's like, oh, it's nonsense. Don't worry. So I was like, okay, he's probably hungry. That's why. I don't think he's a cannibal. But he gets a nibble, like tries to get a nibble of me. And I had my hand up to give him my handshake, saying, because he said he was going to say sorry to me. So he bites my finger. And I'm like, what the fuck, mate? So I jab him. Like, I get a nearest pole or something and jab him in the head. I didn't really want to jab him. Oh guys, it's a story that I nearly got put into wherever kids go, like for jail. So basically, I was with my mate waiting for my dad, because my dad's a police officer. Well, that's when I was little. Basically, I find this water balloon, so I'm like, I'll fill it up with water, because I thought it was funny. So I fill it up, and then the car comes round. And then it's coming up the hill, so I decide to throw the water thing at the window of his car. Then all I hear is these sirens. And this police officer comes up to me and is like, hey, you're under arrest. And he doesn't say anything. So he cuffs me, takes me to the car. He asks me, do you know him? And I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, and so I was like, yeah. And he was like, do you know the guy in the car? And I was like, yeah, he's my dad. And then I forgot who that guy was who was trying to cuff me. Well, cuffed me. It was actually my dad's friend, because he's a cop. In the bomb. Bitch. So guys, that's my story. So I'll just be showing you gameplay of this, unless someone joins my broadcast and asks for a story. So I'll just I'm trying to remember. Wait, let me find that picture. Oh yeah, that picture. How I got a scar on top of my head. So I'm walking home from, I can't remember what year. So I see this alley because it was a shortcut. I used to always take it. So I go down the alley. I see this pole and I'm like, what's that? So I don't see it. So basically I walk into the pole. So it gives me a scar all on top of my head, but I didn't know. So I'm just like, why does my head hurt? So I'm just like, huh? I'm like, why does my head hurt a lot? And then I feel my head and I see blood and I'm like, must be blood from the pole that touched me. So I was like, what the hell? Why does my head feel weird? So I check my head. I go up to a person, I'm like, can you check my head for me? And they're like, yeah. So they check my head. So I'm like, oh my god. I was like, what? And they're like, oh my god, and I'm like, what? So they just keep going, oh my. So I'm just like, what's the matter? I shout, because I didn't want to shout. And they're like, you're bleeding. And I was like, what? How am I bleeding? They're like, we don't know. We just saw you. So I'm like, where's the nearest hospital? And I'm like, they're like, stay away from me. I don't like people with blood. So I got to this next guy. He looked really friendly. Oh, you joking? Yeah, I'm like, do you know where the nearest hospital is? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, yes, can you take me there? And he's like, yeah. And the hospital gave me 3 staples in the top of my head. I'm just going to be talking about...
Get to work.
Here's a story I wanted to talk about. Here's a good story I can talk about. So basically, I'm just playing in the streets, playing football. So I got bit. This is how I got bit by a dog. So I'm playing with my mum's friend, like on the street. We're passing it to each other. And then my mate next door neighbour is like, it's called Connor. Like, Yeah, because they have dogs, and they would kind of hate me, because when I was little, I used to tease them. Apparent. So basically I used to tease them, so they hated me. They scratched me on my arm before. But basically, I'm playing in football. He opens the gate, all I hear is woofing, because they must have slipped past him, I don't know how. So all I'm hearing is bloody barking. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm shitting myself because I hate dogs. Well, not all dogs, just them dogs. So I'm shitting myself in the streets. So and then I just see these two dogs coming towards me, and I'm like, are they Bella or Nacho? Because I couldn't really tell at first. And when I saw them, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, are they actually Bella and Nacho? Then one, like the black and white one, bit me on my, like, near my bum, not exactly on it though. And then, because they have two, the other one, well, I think it was stopping it biting me, you couldn't really tell. So one was biting me, the other was chasing him, and then all you hear is me screaming. I'm like, ah! And then all you hear is me, like, I run inside, and all you hear is me crying because one of the dogs just bit me. And I just realised, and I'm like, ah, ah. So I'm feeling weird, and I'm like, oh, am I alright? My mum checked it, and there's just this massive dog bite. Next day, mum takes me to, well, that day she takes me to hospital. I'm in the hospital, and they're like, that's one bite you have there. And I was like, really? You're joking around when I've got a bite on me? So that's it. Oh yeah, it was the next day when I went to hospital, because it was feeling alright that day. So basically, I'm basically in the hospital. They put a bandage on it, clean it up to make sure it's fine. So I'm basically in the hospital. I go back to school, and they're like, why was you late to school? And I was like, I have a dog bite. And they was like, where? On my bum, and just like laughing a bit. So that's what pissed me off. So what other stories have I got? Oh yeah, the story about, oh yeah, I won't say it because you'll have to wait there. Basically, I'm walking to school. This kid I'm making fun of, not literally though. I'm just like, ha, because he stopped because he don't like me that much. And I was like, oh, you're a mannequin, because I thought I was doing the mannequin challenge. Then he just turns around and just keeps kicking me, and that's why I run home. And then I take that day off because I'm hurt. And then I go to school, oh no, the Monday. And I took the Friday and that off because I had a bad leg. Because he must have kicked me really hard with his shoes. So I'm at home. I've got bad leg. I think I've done something to it, but I didn't go out. What? Yeah? What? Who's that? Oh, the twins! Yes, me! Guys, I'm gonna have to leave this here, bye! Wait!